Well, alright guys, welcome. We are here watching Backlash, and it should be a good event because we're starting off with the match that I actually was looking forward to the most myself, the Fatal 4-Way for the US Championship. This one's gonna be good. This one should be good. And Drew McIntyre right now making his way out, as we see. Yeah, this should be a good match. I have really high hopes from this one. Of course, for the US title, this one is a Fatal 4-Way. Fatu versus Knight versus McIntyre versus Damian Priest, and as I've said time and time again, I want McIntyre to win this match. A lot of people view McIntyre as somebody who's above this match or above the US title, but I feel it's the time is right. I mean, McIntyre has no shot at the World Championship right now because the world title scene is quite busy at the moment. One with John Cena, the second with Jey Uso, and now Logan Paul. So McIntyre has no realistic shot at the World Championship right now. So the US title is the way to go. Anil, great to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Wow, what a few crazy days, right? What a few crazy days. What a crazy week it's been, right? But seems like things are finally better now. Once again, great seeing you, Anil. Hope you're keeping well, safe, and hope you're going to be enjoying Backlash. Hope everybody's going to enjoy Backlash. Hopefully, it's going to be a good show. Once again, good to see you, Anil. And we got Andy in the house. Good to see you, my brother Andy. Welcome. And I'm glad you like my outfit, Andy. Thank you. Really appreciate that. I thought, let's wear something a little bit different. It's Backlash night, so here we are now, sporting some Adidas, right? But good thing is, Andy, the craziness, apparently it has come to an end. I know that you were worried. I know you were, quite concerned. Thank you for your concerns again, but it seems like the craziness has come to an end. You might have heard it in the news already, but it seems like it's finally come to an end. And hopefully so. And here we are now with Damian Priest making his way out. Yeah, I know. Hopefully it's going to stay positive. Hopefully it's going to stay positive. It was crazy. The whole week was insane. The kind of stuff that I would say we always heard in the news. You actually saw it in real. But, obviously things are better, but precaution is still being taken. Blackouts, I believe, are still being observed in some places. So better be cautious, to be careful. And they've done a good job there. I mean, I have to say the army, the country has done a good job defending its citizens. It's great. Once again, good to see everybody. Great seeing you, my brother Andy. Much love to you. Always much love to you. And we got Scar. Good to see you. Welcome. We got Jonathan. Good to see you, brother. And he says, "Let's go, Drew." So Jonathan is here cheering on Drew McIntyre. I like that, brother. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. And Damian Priest right now in the ring. Of course, this one is for the US title, and I think that the mid-card titles are more important than ever before, and both the matches are quite exciting. The mid-card matches, the Intercontinental match between Penta and Dominik is quite exciting. I'm intrigued to see how that works out, and of course, this match right here, the Fatal 4-Ways also. With that being said, we got Fatu coming out right now. Yeah. Wow, and here we are, Jacob Fatu. No Solo Sikoa escorting him to the ring tonight. It is all Fatu all by himself. Solo Sikoa is not here, interestingly. Yeah, Andy, I hope so too. Penta is badass. He in a very short period of time, he's actually gained a lot of fan following. People love Penta in the WWE, so this match should be good. I think Dominik is gonna retain most likely because it would be a shame for Dominik to drop the title a month after winning it. You know, like, talk about losing your momentum altogether. So it would be terrible for him, but, you know, Penta winning would be nice as well. But let's see. But for Dominik's sake, he should win. Who knows? Let's see. We got Wrasslinews TikTok here. Good to see you, brother Jonathan, once again. And for those of you who have TikTok, who have access to TikTok, and would like to follow us on TikTok, make sure to do so. Jonathan is handling the TikTok for us. Thank you once again, Jonathan, for really helping us out, for volunteering to help us out, really taking a lot of precious time out of your day to give to this project and to support us. Thank you, Jonathan, once again. We got Andy saying Dominik more likely will retain. I think so too. You know, obviously for his sake, his own sake, Dominik, he should retain. But okay, the first match of the night for the U.S. title is now underway. Much love, Jonathan. And with that being said, the match is underway for Fatal 4-Way, Knight, Fatu, McIntyre, Priest. Oh, it's about to go down. All right, crowd right now with the yeah chants. McIntyre in the ring with Fatu, tables turning around very quickly, and now Fatu sending LA Knight over to the corner. LA Knight gets out of the way, and Fatu goes headfirst into the ring post. Neckbreaker by Knight. Fatu goes down, and now Priest in the ring right now. McIntyre still outside. LA Knight. Seems like LA Knight right now is in control pretty much, right? Taking care of everybody. Nice. Look at LA Knight. This guy cannot be stopped. Will not be stopped here tonight. The guy's feeling it, and oh my goodness, Priest grabbing him by the throat, was gonna go for the choke slam, but LA Knight one step ahead, reverses it, hits him with a DDT out of nowhere. Well, LA Knight with a very dominant performance. I don't even know what's happening right now. He probably should undergo some kind of drug test. Maybe he's on steroids or something. This guy is not slowing down, that's for certain. And we got Jonathan saying, I got a feeling that we might see Solo at some point. You know what? I kind of agree, because Solo Sikoa is always here, escorting Jacob Fatu, you know, in the entrance, or maybe standing ringside. But tonight, nothing. We saw nothing from Solo. He was not there on the stage for the entrance. He's not here ringside. So it's possible we might see him one way or the other. You know. And now we got, oh dear, Priest and Knight working together to take out the U.S. champion, Jacob Fatu. But one thing's for certain, I mean, it's either Fatu who's going to retain, or it's McIntyre who's going to win. Knight, he might be doing well right now, but he's not going to be champion. Knight does not need to be champion. His own U.S. championship title reign was much more boring than his performance in the match right now. You know, he's actually doing well right now, but his U.S. title reign was not the same. By the way, belly to belly from McIntyre, and now taking care of LA Knight as well, and a neck breaker to Damian Priest. Priest goes down. McIntyre doing pretty damn well at the moment. Wow, look at that. And Drew McIntyre will not be stopped. And now in that corner, McIntyre. Oh dear. Clothesline from LA Knight. McIntyre goes down. And a kick straight to the chest of Jacob Fatu. Fatu in trouble on the top turnbuckle, and Priest now Oh dear. Crazy ass hurricanrana from the top rope and from the top turnbuckle. And Fatu goes down. Now Priest wants to pad DDT to LA Knight. And still the target on LA Knight running across ringside. And now taking out Jacob Fatu. So Priest, he's got his eyes set on Jacob Fatu. Maybe he's losing a little bit of focus. Maybe he's losing or forgetting the fact that McIntyre is still here and he's very much fresh in this match. We got my brother Jonathan saying, do you guys realize these weapons are available? That's crazy. Actually, I forgot about that. You're right. It's a fatal four-way. There's no DQ. Totally right, brother Jonathan. We got Andy saying, AJ, you're way ahead of my... Sorry about that, brother. Sorry about that. We got my brother True, by the way. True, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Great seeing you. Does the show already suck? Well, we've kicked things off here with a United States match. So, title match, I'm sorry. So, you know, so far, so good. Not great, but good. Hopefully things are going to pick up very soon. But here we are now. Priest running over to Fatu. Holy crap. Wow. By the way, Fatu sending Damian Priest spine first into the edge of the barricade. I don't think that Priest is getting up from that. That looked pretty ugly. It did. Should be a decent match this true. Yeah, one of the matches that I was actually looking forward to a lot tonight. So this should be a good match. This is what you know as a spine breaker. Exactly. That is a spine breaker. In real sense, that's a spine breaker. And now we got eyes locked on the two favorites of the match. We got McIntyre and Fatu. Everybody else laid out ringside, and they are stepping into the ring over here. It's McIntyre and Fatu one-on-one. LA Knight laid out. Priest laid out. There's nobody else but McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. Again, I've said this time and time again, it's either got to be Fatu retaining or it's got to be McIntyre leaving with that title. It's got to be one of the two things. And here we are now face to face between the two. And they're trading punches in the center of the ring. And Fatu with the punch to the face and McIntyre returning the favor. Yeah, they're trading those heavy punches at the moment. All right, True says it's going to be Fatu. Let's see how that works out. I want it to be Fatu. Actually, I'm a little split right now. I actually also want to see McIntyre as the U.S. champion. I think he'll do a good job with that. But honestly, Fatu needs this victory way more than McIntyre does. It's true. It will be terrible for his momentum to drop the title a month after winning it. It will be terrible for his momentum. So for that reason, Fatu should win. And I'm with you guys. I'm with you, Andy. I'm with you, True. Fatu should win. And right now, it seems like that's the direction we're headed because McIntyre is obviously laid out in that corner. Fatu is the only man standing right now, grabbing McIntyre by the hair. Oh, this could be a game changer. Fatu is going for a high-risk maneuver, and I don't like the sound of it. You know, high-risk maneuvers, they don't always pay off, and Fatu is going up to the top. I'm not sure about it. I'm really not sure about it. Yeah, giving McIntyre a lot of time to recover, recoup, this might not be a great idea, Fatu. And there we go, that's what I was talking about. McIntyre gets up, and he's literally showing his thumbs into the eyes of Fatu, blinding him, as Fatu right now sits on the top turnbuckle, helpless as he is. McIntyre was going to go for the superplex, but LA Knight from behind, taking care of McIntyre, hanging him upside down from the top rope, and now with those kicks to the chest of McIntyre, LA Knight. Oh dear, just totally crushing McIntyre. That's crazy. Drew is at the point where he doesn't really need a title. That's true. I thought that if he wins, you know, it's most likely going to elevate Fatu. It's going to elevate the U.S. title, and it's going to have Fatu and McIntyre enter into a long-term program, which I thought would be good. But Yeah, right. Fatu needs the victory way more than McIntyre does. By the way, McIntyre just tosses Fatu from the top turnbuckle down onto LA Knight, and Fatu seems like he's got a nitro booster behind his back. He is a man, an animal, uncaged right now, taking out LA Knight, taking out Priest out of nowhere, and now climbing to the top turnbuckle once again. Now going for a swanton bomb on McIntyre. That was crazy. And Fatu really proving, oh dear, come on. All right, LA Knight takes that Fatu, but Priest comes in here, hits him with the choke slam, and now, wow. Shell shock by McIntyre. Holy crap, Priest fell down on top of LA Knight, and that was almost a 3 count, but McIntyre breaks the cover. That was crazy. That was a crazy little exchange over there where Fatu hit, of course, McIntyre with a swanton bomb. Then he was hit by LA Knight with his own finisher. And then LA Knight was taken out by Damian Priest by a choke slam. And then McIntyre shell-shocking, really, Damian Priest. That was a crazy-ass exchange over there. By the way, we've got my brother Nautic, a.k.a. Andrew, in the house. And we got Ricky in the house. Great seeing you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to see you. If that was a 3 count, I would have thrown my TV out the window. Yeah, it's not. It's not a 3 count, Jonathan. Good stuff, right? All right, we got Andy saying the fans were happy. Fatu destroying. That's really Fatu. This guy is invincible in the ring. And... he's like, I don't even know. Should I call him a zombie? Should I call him invincible? He's something else. Is it going to be McIntyre? All right, Fatu rolls out. LA Knight was going to go for the big one, but sent to the ropes. And now we got McIntyre with a DDT to LA Knight. LA Knight also seems like he wants to roll out as well to the apron. Wow. What a crazy, crazy momentum shift over here in this match. McIntyre is the only one standing right now. And the best part about a fatal 4-way, you don't have to pin the champion. So Fatu doesn't have to be pinned as he's lying on the outside right now. And a Claymore by Priest going for the cover on LA Knight. Oh my goodness, that was almost a 3 until Priest pulls out the referee by his leg, dragging him out of the ring, obviously interrupting the pinfall. That is crazy. McIntyre was this close to winning that title. Wow. That's dramatic. By the way, my brother Nigel in the house. Great seeing you, Nigel. Welcome. And here we are now. Priest, oh dear. Priest sent headfirst into the floor over there, over the barricade, and now McIntyre and Priest laid out. It is Fatu taking out LA Knight, literally the most vulnerable guy in this match, literally the most, what do I say, unpopular, maybe not unpopular, but the guy with the least momentum in this match, the biggest underdog of this match, and that's what's going to be happening here. Fatu is going to pick up the pieces, and he's going to defeat, oh my goodness! This guy went for a crazy, crazy move from the top turnbuckle, but LA Knight rolls out of the way. I thought LA Knight was going to be LA Knight good night. But here we are now. Tables have turned around. LA Knight with a big-ass elbow from the top, taking out Fatu. He goes for it again. Don't tell me that. Not LA Knight. Oh, good stuff. All right. No, this would have not sit with me okay. I mean, if LA Knight would have won that championship, I would have not been okay with that. But I'm glad the match is still on, and here we are actually. McIntyre and Priest are brawling on the outside, but this is not a Falls Count Anywhere match. You know what? A fatal 4-way Falls Count Anywhere match would be crazy, by the way. But this is not it. This is not it. We got Jonathan saying, I'm going to go insane if this keeps up with the McIntyre-Priest feud. That's what's happening here again, brother. That's what's happening here again. It seems like if they've got nothing in plans for them creative-wise, they're just going to stick to this, right? I mean, it's not even that compelling of a feud. I mean, this is no John Cena Orton feud, you know? You can't do this over and over again. It's not, it doesn't have that same energy to it. And now Priest showing his thumbs into the eyes of McIntyre. poking him in the eyes. And now taking down his singlet straps. There you go. And now Priest got to go for a choke slam. Choke slam right there on that crazy table, which means that neither of these guys are actually going to get up for the US title. They're just going to be laid out here for like the rest of the match, and Fatu is going to win. That's what's going to be happening. No surprise, no surprise. We got Anil saying, no point dragging this feud. I totally agree with that, brother. I think it's time for me to find a new favorite wrestler. I know. I guess Fatu could be a nice one, or maybe Dominik, Mysterio, maybe Penta, Jonathan. They need to put Priest versus Drew in a Hell in a Cell. The loser leaves WWE. You know, yeah, that'd be nice, Andy. But you're right. You know, these two need to be on two separate brands. This is not working out. I was glad when Priest was moved from Raw to SmackDown. You know, I was like, okay, this is great because this guy is not going to stick around at the Judgment Day anymore. He's going to be his own person. But then he comes over to SmackDown only to stick with McIntyre. Like, come on, brother. Like, you got to stop sticking with people. And now we got LA Knight here sending, crazy, Jacob Fatu headfirst into the ring post. That's got to hurt. That's right, Andy. That's right. I'm actually surprised. I thought after that table spot, right, with Priest and McIntyre, I thought the match was going to get over very quick. But things are picking up right now, actually, over here as well. With LA Knight lying down, Jacob Fatu on top of the commentator's desk. He is now looking to go for a super high-risk maneuver. I think Fatu has all the time in the world right now to get out of the way, and he will. Oh, my goodness, Solo Sikoa. I love you, Solo is here. That's right, Solo Sikoa is here. And who said, I think it was Jonathan who said that we might see Solo, right? You were right, Jonathan. Solo Sikoa is indeed here. Who is that? Oh, Jeff Cobb? Oh! Wow. Okay, now we're talking. Jeff Cobb from NJPW is here. Interesting. Oh, dear. Oh. So we've got a new Bloodline 2.0 member, is that right? Wow. And did not see this coming, honestly. Not in the first match of the night, but Jeff Cobb is here. Fatu and Cobb with a face-to-face. Fatu doesn't look too happy. Yeah, he doesn't look too happy. Okay. Wow. Not a smile on the face of Fatu. Not even a smirk. That's got to be telling you something. Never realized how short Jeff Cobb is. He looks shorter than Solo Sikoa, and that's saying a lot. This has got to be it. A predictable outcome to the match, but an unpredictable surprise. Jeff Cobb is here. That's crazy. Fatu doesn't look too happy. He's not smiling, and you know what? Neither am I. What can I say? Yeah, but the only thing I'm taking away from this whole segment is the fact that Jeff Cobb is shorter than Solo Sikoa. I never realized that. Let that sink in. It's kind of a stunner to me. Come on. Really? I had no idea. Yeah, not tickets to fatal 4-way, no DQ match. Indeed, brother. Indeed. You're right. Fatu with the victory, guys. With the victory. We got my brother Broman, by the way. I was wondering, where is Broman at? Good to see you. I was thinking, so Broman is not here because Stephanie Valkyria is not booked for the show tonight. Is that right? But no, Broman is here. He's here for us. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Welcome. And, you know, Jeff Cobb has just arrived in the WWE. And what do I say? I'm trying to ignore the fact that he looks super short. I don't know if it's the outfit or I'm not even sure what, but I can't overlook it. We got Andy saying they are making Jacob Fatu a face. Yeah, you know, he's super popular right now. People love Jacob Fatu. So it comes as no surprise they want to make him a face. We got David, by the way. Welcome. And they say LA Knight go for the victory. Well. You know, that didn't really work out very well, did it? LA Knight was the guy who was pinned for Fatu to secure the victory. That's what happened. David, by the way, welcome. Good to see you. I presume McIntyre and Priest will be lying there for the rest of the night. Yeah, that's what's gonna be happening. Anytime. This is one part of the fatal four-way matches that I don't really like. When two of the guys are just taken out in the crowd and they just spend half the match over there. I don't really like that. But what can you do about it? We got Andy saying Jacob Fatu does not need Solo Sikoa. He does not need Solo. He does not need Jeff Cobb. If anything, Jeff Cobb is only going to be a problem for Jacob Fatu in the future. And Broman says, indeed here for you all. Much love, brother. It won't be long before they turn on him. McIntyre better be going after Cena next. John Cena and McIntyre? Oh. It will be nice. It will be nice, honestly. It will be beneficial, especially for McIntyre. I'm not sure if their idea, because based on Backlash, the idea that I get is that they want to do the best of John Cena matches throughout the year until he retires. I'm not sure if that's the plan, because obviously we're definitely getting a CM Punk match. CM Punk has talked about it so many times that it's quite certain that we're going to get CM Punk and John Cena. We're already got Randy Orton versus John Cena. I mean, if they're doing best of matches, I don't know if McIntyre will get a shot, but he should get a shot, because a feud with John Cena is going to put him back on the map and is also going to give him some time break from Damian Priest. So I agree with that, Jonathan. We got Jeff Cobb and Jacob Fatu have had many feuds in the promotions, many promotions, yep. And they're back here again and under the same roof. Well, it seems like Jonathan, by the way, has denounced his loyalty to McIntyre, and he is now a Seth Rollins fan. That's a big thing. That's a big one. We got Andy saying AJ Nigel is the crosshairs of FTR. Interesting. Okay.
Louis, Missouri, John Cena versus Randy Orton. Their storied rivalry began 25 years
So what
ago.
match is going to be up next? I am...
One-on-one matches in their career. Tonight could be the final time they meet in WWE. But before we get there, it's a heated rivalry born in betrayal. Lyra Valkyria.
I had a feeling.
She faces off with Becky Lynch in a match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Will Lyra finally strike back at the man and settle the score?
I had a feeling this was the match we were going to get up next. It's going to be Becky versus Lyra for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Let me know if you were excited about this match, or who do you think is going to win this match, guys. Let me know. And we got Andy saying probably the IC title women's. You're right, totally right about that, Andy. 100% right about that. That is exactly the match that we're getting up next. We got Jonathan saying Cobb versus Fatu would be a great match. Yeah, definitely. I feel like very soon we're gonna get that match, because Jacob Fatu did not look happy, you know, seeing Cobb over here. So definitely, it seems like that's what we're gonna be getting up next. But guys, correct me, or you know, just let me know. Is Jeff Cobb also Samoan? Because I am not very sure about that myself. Let me look it up. Actually, is Jeff Cobb Samoan? So he's not Samoan. Jeff Cobb is not Samoan. He's of Filipino descent on his mother's side, born in Hawaii to Filipino immigrants, and then later moved to Guam. All right, so he is not actually Samoan. He's a Filipino descent. Actually, that's quite also visible, right, from his features and stuff. Interesting. I can only presume that Cena will be main eventing. Absolutely, Jonathan. There's no doubt about that. By the way, did anybody watch SmackDown last night? The ending of SmackDown, the John Cena segment? I mean, I found it a little bit bland. Wasn't a big fan of it. And John Cena, by the way, he was hit by a beer bottle, an empty beer bottle, thrown at him by a very random fan. Things like these should not be happening, honestly. But keeping that aside, the segment itself was not that great. And, of course, Randy Orton came in, hit him with an RKO, but we've already seen it like 2 times already. So this only solidifies that Orton is going to lose tonight because he's already hit Cena with RKOs 3 times in a row. So definitely tonight is going to be not a great night for Randy Orton. Let's just say that. Broman says, Triple H probably says it close enough, Hawaii, the Hawaii connection. You're right about that. When I read Hawaii, that's what I thought too, bro, man. We got Andy saying Jeff Cobb is the only bodyguard for Solo Sikoa. Cena segment last night was decent, says Andy. All right, sweet. All right, with that being said, we still getting the video package for this match over here. Lyra versus Becky. Again, if you look at the entire night and all the matches that are taking place tonight, right? Let's actually take a look at it together. So we got Lyra, we got Becky, we got Penta. So the women's IC title, the men's IC title, the US title already is over. You got the WWE title, and of course Gunther and Pat McAfee. So we got 5 matches in total. And I've got a feeling that, look, the U.S. title obviously did not change hands. I don't see the women's title changing hands either. I don't think that Becky Lynch is going to win this match. I don't know. I feel like... I'm just trying to think here. You know what? I'll take that back. I think Becky Lynch is going to win this match. Yeah. I feel like there's going to be one title change tonight, and that's going to be Becky Lynch winning this championship. I don't see Dominik dropping it to Penta. Obviously, the U.S. title change did not happen. I don't see John Cena dropping it either. So one title change is what I'm predicting for the night, and this is one that's got to be it. That's all I'm going to say. But let me know if you think there's going to be a title change taking place tonight. But I have to say, I'm a fan of, this format for pay-per-views where you get, like, limited number of matches, such as 5. I like it. I feel like it helps you concentrate on every single match without getting too exhausted. I like this concept of limited number of matches, quality over quantity. I appreciate that. And we got Andrew saying Penta wins tonight. I like that, Andrew. I like that a lot. Okay, let's see. Interesting. That's going to be a huge momentum drop for Dominik, but let's see. By the way, the whole Hollywood thing for Liv Morgan, I mean, it's great that she got a Hollywood project, but if you were to believe the dirt sheets, it's not a super major project, and she's going to be done filming like middle of May, so not that, long. Again, the return is not certain when she's going to come back, but they're saying that she's going to be wrapping up filming very soon. So it was not a big, elaborate role. It was a short role. And she's going to be back sooner than expected, I think. And here we are, Lyra, by the way. Looking like the pigeon that was sitting on my window like yesterday. I'm kidding. Look at those wings. Look at those wings. Penta going to get jumped and Phoenix is going to come to his aid. Then we got the Lucha Bros reunion. That's interesting. Okay, bro, man, is that your prediction or is that your wish? Because that seems like that's a wish of a lot of people. They want to see the Lucha Brothers, together in the WWE. A lot of people want to see them together. All right. I know. I would say it's a wish of mine as well. I would like to see them together. I think that Penta is fine. Like Penta, he knows what he's doing. He's got the X factor. No offense to Rey Fenix, but I feel like Penta is the better brother. Rey Fenix is great as well in the ring, but if you talk about the X factor, if you talk about the charisma, yeah, Penta easily overshadows Rey Fenix. In solo competition, it's easy to care about Penta. It's easy to miss Rey Fenix, especially with that mask. No offense again. I know that I'm being a little bit offensive here, but no offense. I feel like that mask is a little bit of a problem because Penta's mask helps him stand out, but Rey Fenix's mask, it's not very different from all the other luchadors that we've seen on TV. So a tag team would be way to go, especially for Rey Fenix, because he's got to be relevant again. Yeah, but here we are now, Becky and Lyra. Again, my opinions, no offense. I love it. Penta is the Penta Dark. He breaks more arms. I agree. Penta Dark is something else. By the way, here we are, guys. Becky Lynch infuriated, and we are here with Lyra trying to get the upper hand, but Becky Lynch gets her down. Now we get some elbow strikes to the back of the head, and Becky Lynch in control at the moment. A shoulder tackle over here from Becky Lynch to Lyra, and Lyra is down right now. Wow. Lyra. Oh, she goes down. Becky Lynch shoulders down, but she kicks out at a one right there. All right, Lyra over here seems like she's got Becky's number. Look at her. Wow. Man. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. She's taking Becky for a ride. Look at that. That's mind-blowing what she's doing to Becky right now. Becky, that's gotta hurt. That is gotta hurt. And Lyra once again. That's gotta hurt. Look at Becky Lynch right now. I mean, she is in major trouble. And Lyra once again, holy crap. They've actually got some chemistry in the ring, right? They actually are putting on a good show here together. Nice. I got no idea what that QT logo is, by the way, in that corner, the lower turnbuckle. Does anybody know what that QT logo is? I got no clue. It's certainly not QT Marshall, right? It's been a while since I've heard the name QT Marshall. But yeah, QT, interesting. Anyways, Lyra running over to the ropes and sending Becky Lynch straight to the barricade right there. Lyra oozing confidence. She's oozing it right now as we speak. Oh dear, Becky Lynch is tossing Lyra for the top turnbuckle down to the mat. Lyra in a bit of trouble once again. Becky Lynch. Yeah, you know what? I know that my brother Andrew said it's gonna be Penta, and I think that some people also agree with Andrew. I think most of you guys probably agree with Andrew, but I feel like the only title that's gonna change hands tonight is gonna be this one right here. I think Becky Lynch is gonna win the match. I think she'll win the match.
Champion, and now really taking it out on Valkyria. She's got to be careful here because Lyra's got the chance.
Because I mean, she's recently turned heel, right? So if she doesn't win, like what does she do from here? Where does she go next? That's the question. So for the sake of her character, I think she should win. By the way, bleeding a little bit from the elbow right there, Becky Lynch. Hey, Clay, welcome. Great seeing ya. Good to see ya. You enjoying Backlash so far? And now we got some heavy chops across the chest of Lyra. Lyra goes down. That's actually crazy. Look at Becky Lynch just tossing her down. Back first into the mat. Lyra in trouble. Becky goes for the cover. And shoulders down, but she kicks out at a one right there. Lyra kicking out very quickly. By the way, I'm just looking at Jessica, the referee of this match. It reminds me that Jessica also once used to be a wrestler herself, and this reminds me of the recent reports on the dirt sheets, if you were to believe them, that Kathy Kelly is training for in-ring competition, that she's training at the Performance Center to wrestle, which is interesting. I mean, Kathy Kelly transitioning into a wrestler would be something crazy, and I think a lot of people would like to see that. I mean, you know, Kathy has a big fan base. People love Kathy for several reasons, and I think that if she becomes a wrestler, or even, you know, wow, look at the fiance of Lyra Valkyria. There's hope for us. What do I say? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, what an inspirational guy, though, right? Yeah, that's right, Andy. Jessica, indeed a wrestler. Yeah, it's not a crazy card. You have a very good point, Brother Jonathan. You know, it's not a crazy card, but it's heavily dependent on John Cena and Randy Orton, let's face it. It's heavily dependent on it. If it wasn't for John Cena versus Orton, you know, it would be a very mid card. Totally agree with that. And now we got Lyra, like Supergirl right there. Well, what do I say? You know, it took me a second to realize, wait, did I make a joke? What did I even say that was funny? But yeah, now I realize it. Well, that wasn't a joke. That wasn't a joke, bro, man. I wasn't being funny. I mean, really, I feel inspired. I do. I do. I dress up better than that at 5 in the morning for these crazy as watchalongs, and this guy shows up and like I don't even know what the hell he was wearing, and he's got Lyra, so yeah. And Lyra once again goes for the cover on Becky, but Becky with the kick out. They could have at least mixed it up a bit. No DQ match, steel cage. I agree with that. You know, Backlash to me is always got to be a very memorable pay-per-view, and it's because of what happened 16 years ago at Backlash. It's crazy because I say 16 years ago like that because it feels to me like it happened yesterday or maybe only a few years ago. Not 16. 16 is crazy. But I'll take you guys back to Backlash 2009. I think you all remember it very clearly. It was Edge versus John Cena in a last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. And John Cena was about to win the match. He was on the stage. He was about to give Edge the FU or the AA, whatever you'd like to call it. And the Big Show comes in out of nowhere. He grabs Cena by the throat and he sends him, choke slamming him into a spotlight. And it was like fire and pyro and all this stuff going off. And John Cena was laid out inside of the spotlight and he couldn't make it to the 10 count and the Edge became the champion. So that's how I remember Backlash the most. The craziest moment for me in Backlash history. Hope I don't know if that's gonna be ever topped. I don't think it's gonna be topped tonight, at least not this year. But yeah, that's one Backlash moment that I'll never forget. I miss the Armageddon. Me too. Me too. I think the last Armageddon pay-per-view saw Jeff Hardy winning the World Championship, right? The WWE Championship. That was probably the last Armageddon pay-per-view. What a great format. I used to love the stage that they used to build like a castle, right? For the entrances. It was great. I feel most of the matches tonight were rushed for this show. Yeah, but you know what can you do? They're more focused on getting these sponsors, you know, Morgan and Morgan, QT. I don't even know what these promotions are. Cricket, 5G on the mat, than booking the show. I miss First Blood, man. I know, brother. I know. Me too. I see. No, I remember it like it was yesterday, Andy. I remember it so clearly. I was in like grade 9 or grade 8 when that happened. Yeah. 16 years ago is crazy. 16 years ago is insane. Becky Lynch was going to go for the rock bottom, or as she calls it, the manhandle slam. What a terrible name for it. And now Becky sent to the outside. Lyra, diving down on Becky Lynch. Crazy leg drop, by the way, to the back of the head of Becky Lynch. Winter John Cena right there from Lyra, by the way. Going for the cover on Becky. Becky kicking out. Crazy ass moonsault once again from Lyra. I agree with that, brother. I mean, all those matches from back in the day, crazy, crazy. I remember, you know, the reason why John Cena and Randy Orton matches are so special because they were all crazy. I remember one of the matches, I think it was SummerSlam. I can't remember the year, but it was a SummerSlam, and Vince McMahon really wanted that title off of Orton, or he was tired of Orton somehow retaining the title, and Orton tried everything, right? He tried interference, he tried distractions, he tried steel chair, he tried counter, everything that he could to retain the title. And Vince McMahon kept restarting the match over and over and over and over and over again. You know, and everybody thought, okay, oh snap, you know, Cena's definitely winning the title tonight because he's not gonna because Vince is not gonna let Orton win with a cheap way. But eventually, John Cena lost to Orton, and the match was over. I was so, as a kid, I was so excited that, okay, Cena's definitely going to be champion tonight, but no, Orton won. It's crazy. Wow, Lyra, by the way, with the armbar on Becky Lynch. How do you guys feel as this match so far? How would you rate it so far? The action in this match? That's what they like to do. That's what they like to do, brother Jonathan. A very honest opinion right here from Andy. I can't dispute that. I cannot. You're right. Yeah, definitely not something worth waking up 5 in the morning for, you know? Definitely not. Also, guys, if you have Twitch and you prefer Twitch, right? Got some good news for you because from this Monday, Raw, we're going to be simultaneously streaming to both YouTube and Twitch. So if you prefer Twitch and if you like me, you know, eating green chilies and you want to play with some points, now is the time because starting Monday, you know, we're going to be simultaneously streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. So, yeah, just if you want me to eat green chili or take off my sunglasses or something like that, Twitch is the way. And here we are now. Moonsault, by the way, from Lyra, but Becky still doesn't give up. I know, Andrew, yet here I am. But I'm here for the brothers. You know, I'm here to watch it with the brothers. That's something that I can't miss. Thanks, Anil. Thank you. Eventually, we will also be streaming on TikTok. Hopefully, we'll be streaming on TikTok, too. Hopefully. All right. This match has been so long, but I don't appreciate being it so long because it's not a great match. What do I say? And Lyra sent headfirst into the second turnbuckle, and now a rock bottom from Becky. I'm never going to call it a manhandle slam, all right? I'm never going to call it that. But Becky goes for the cover, but of course Lyra with a kick out. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Definitely still lying there. The only person who can make this match right now a little bit interesting is Alexa Bliss. If she shows up, I'll pop. By the way, you guys all saw that old gentleman sitting ringside, absolutely going bananas over Alexa Bliss's return, right? That was me. Like, that was my reaction internally as well. It was not so much visibly on my face, but internally, that's how I felt too. It was good to see Alexa Bliss, back last night. It was great to see her back. We got my brother Nigel saying, not a bad match in my opinion. Yeah, these two are giving it their all, but I guess just not my cup of tea, you know. That's what I would say. But it's an okay match, sure. Mr. Rhodes, I hope not. I got a feeling if they keep Rhodes away, you know, from Cena for a bit too long, I got a feeling they're gonna save him for December. And I hope that wouldn't be the case, but I've got a feeling that Rhodes will come back as the absolute hero. Or as they like to call him, the anti-hero. What's the Homelander, right? He'll come back as the Homelander and win that championship away from John Cena. That could happen. A Homelander Rhodes is possible. And now we got Becky was going to go for the cover. Lyra now going for the cover, rolling up Becky Lynch. And that was... Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Out of nowhere, a very, very long match, which ends up in a roll-up. Interesting. Becky is losing it right now. Look at that. She's looking to break Lyra's arm. Becky has turned into Penta. Dark Penta. Jessica trying to get Becky away from Lyra. Somebody has to show up to save Lyra. Somebody's gotta show up. By somebody, I definitely did not mean Adam Pearce. Did not want Adam Pearce, but here we are. Come on. Come on. Okay. I would actually like to see Roman versus Cena. It would be great. But who knows? Jason Jordan helping Becky Lynch to the back. By the way, anybody a Jason Jordan fan? I was never a big Jason Jordan fan, honestly. But it's good to see him transitioning into this producer's role so well, and he's doing pretty well over here. So it's good to see him excel in that field. That was a dumb booking. The match was boring, says Andy. Nigel says, I think we're going to get a rematch between these two. Yep, 100%. These two have a good chemistry in the ring for certain. And, yeah, we're definitely going to get more from these two. Guys, what do you think about Bayley? Do you think she should leave the company? Obviously, in the interview that she did, she made it very clear that she feels underappreciated in the company. And stuff that she's overlooked and stuff, you know, she complained a little bit about not getting too much exposure, not being allowed to do interviews and media and stuff like that. So that whole interview that she did with CVV was basically her ranting and venting to him all about the frustrations that she's been carrying around in the company. I feel like Bayley has no future over here. Obviously, she's done a lot in the past, but right now I don't think that they have anything for Bayley except for a paycheck that she gets every single month. I think Bayley should go to AEW or any other promotion because right now things are not working out for her. And I don't think that they have anything for her either. I didn't care for Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. Then me neither. You know, they were very annoying to me. The whole thing was annoying. The bandanas were annoying. Everything they did were annoying. I totally agree with that, Andy. I totally agree. 100%. So, all the brothers who are here right now, just a question, has anybody purchased 2K25? Anyone? Because we're getting that commercial right now, so I have to ask. You know, they try to sell you this these games based on this showcase mode, right? That the showcase mode basically tells you, it narrates to you the entire story and you get to play every single match. But I find that mode so exhausting. The whole showcase mode is crazy because it's such a step down from the Road to WrestleMania modes that we used to get for SmackDown vs. Raw. Like, those Road to WrestleMania modes were, you know, original storylines that they made exclusively for the video games. Sometimes they were a bit too much, but they were crazy, but they were fun. And they didn't, you know, put a video for cutscenes. They actually had animations for cutscenes, and they actually worked for it. So, you know, and there was I don't think that there was any conditions that you had to meet to win a match, but you know, if you play showcase mode, you have to meet these conditions to be able to win the match and, you know, attain your goals and to unlock the superstars. It's such pressure. I hate it. I like that, Jonathan. GTA 6 is definitely going to be well worth it, brother. Well worth it. Mercedes Moné lost one of her belts yesterday in Japan. So now what? How many does she have? 3 or 2? I think she has 2 now, right? Interesting. We got Nigel saying the last game I played was WWE 12. That was a good game. I probably have it somewhere in the back as well. Yeah. I don't know where I kept it, but yeah, that was a good game. That was a good game. I remember WWE 13 when it came out. Hurricane Sandy, yeah, it had also occurred, and the shipping was delayed, and everything was delayed because of the Hurricane Sandy. It was crazy, and I got the game like a few days late after release. That's how excited I used to be for these games back in the day. I wanted the game on day one of the release, right? But yeah, I was such a mark. But honestly, the video games are one of the reasons why I became such a big wrestling fan. I fell in love with these video games. But now I'm at a point where I don't buy these video games. They're crazy.
Backlash. Well, one fights to build his legacy, the other is here to destroy it. Pride means punishment. Intercontinental champion Dominik Mysterio battles Penta in a match for the Intercontinental title. Does Dirty Dom have what it takes to survive El Zero Miedo and his ruthless arsenal? An answer.
Well, I guess it's time for some spanking because Uncle Penta is coming for some spanking to Dominik. Dominik has done enough, and he's been super disrespectful to their culture and the mask, right? To the luchadors, and Penta is coming to teach him a lesson and take away the Intercontinental title while he's at it. This is going to be an interesting match. Obviously, Andrew has said that he thinks Penta is going to win. And let's see. Let me know, guys. Do you think Penta is going to win this match? He's going to win the IC title? Let me know. Because if Penta doesn't win this match, that'll mean that tonight's pay-per-view, no title changes. Because obviously, John Cena is not dropping his title. So there'll be 0 title changes tonight on this pay-per-view if it's not for Penta winning this match. I think Dominik will win, says that's crazy, Jonathan. So no title change tonight. Interesting. Interesting. You know, as much as I'd like to see Penta winning, I do feel that it would be a damn shame for Dominik to drop the title 1 month after winning it. I think it'll be a shame, so let's see.
I'm the best that's ever held this title. It's been 5 minutes. I'm already the greatest ever. It's been 20 minutes and I'm the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time. Dirty Dom. I am the greatest Mysterio of all time. Have you held this title? I'm better than you already. Crazy. It's only been like 30 minutes and I'm already the greatest.
I know, Broman. I know. Broman with a great prediction. He says that Penta is going to get jumped and Phoenix is going to come to his aid. And then we get the Lucha Brothers officially, as a team in WWE. So that's going to be interesting. Can somebody tell me why Gunther is fighting? Oh, goodness. I actually forgot that match is happening tonight. And I got super excited that, wow, we've come to the co-main event already. But okay, we've got Pat McAfee versus Gunther yet to come. Thanks for reminding me of that, Jonathan. As much as people like Pat McAfee, I was about to say as much as I like Pat McAfee, but then I realized that, what am I even saying? So, as much as people like Pat McAfee, this match is obviously better, but not much better than Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler at WrestleMania 27. It doesn't excite me as much, and I don't think it really makes sense storyline-wise, but okay. So the reason why they're fighting is because Gunther attacked Michael Cole because Michael Cole said something on commentary that Gunther didn't appreciate. He attacked Michael Cole. Pat McAfee got really emotional about it, and he tried to save, Michael Cole. And in that attempt, Gunther attacked this guy, Pat McAfee, which is why now we're getting this match between Pat McAfee versus Gunther. That's the whole story behind it. Penta wins as Andrew as well. We got Jonathan also says that I'm gonna go for Pat victory. Okay, all right. Does this event finish in 50 minutes? I don't think so. We got this match, which is obviously got to take 30 minutes. Then we got that Pat McAfee match, which, brother, it's got to be a long ass match. And then we've got the main event. So easily this pay-per-view. I'm looking at it. It's got to be another 2 hours. Yeah, 100%. A lot of shenanigans, video packages, craziness. It's gonna be a 2 hours more. By the way, Penta looking fresh with the blue mask, the blue jacket, the blue gloves, the blue ring gear. He's looking fresh. The guy with the fake Dominik mustache is so funny. It'll be hilarious if this guy has like a bit of an interaction with Dominik when he comes out.
He's the man who has taken WWE by storm. Not to mention, wait, he's pretty damn cool. Penta looking for his first singles championship since arriving WWE.
Physical charisma, 10 athletic ability, 110. This guy needs to be seen to be believed, and what a welcome addition to WWE.
It was quite the year so far, including being the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble match earlier this year, lasting over 40
I like the colors though. I've gotta say the blue looks pretty good on Penta. I still want Penta to be Penta Dark. Put fear into the company. I would like that too. And I think it's only a matter of time. But right now, I think they're having a lot of fun with the merchandise sales that he's doing, and with the amount of fans that he's winning over every single week. Because obviously, people are getting behind him. So for him to turn dark right now, it's got to be, not maybe a great move business wise, but maybe later down the line, definitely gonna be dark.
Judgment Day. Past couple of months.
Now we got Dominik coming out. Now he's coming out with the entire Judgment Day. Even Finn Balor. Now, if Finn Balor is going to be standing ringside for Dominik, he's definitely dropping that title.
Well, maybe they are going to let Dom go alone tonight. You spoke to Dominik earlier today.
Our poor guy with a fake Dominik mustache gets no acknowledgement from Mysterio. That's crazy. We got Andy saying Age of Lucha Legends La Parca will be showing after the event, the WWE and AAA show. Okay. Interesting. That's something. That's something. We've seen him wrestle. What a great guy. What a legend, really, in the business. So that's something.
Perfectly entitled, you don't have to act like a jackass, to go out of control. And I like that Nicho the Millionaire reference, because Dirty Dom is...
Tony Khan recently appeared on CMLL's social medias handles, and he congratulated them for hitting a milestone number of years, and as a business, as a promotion. So obviously, Tony Khan also wants to extend his deal, his agreement, his partnership with CMLL, because he also wants to get into the Mexican market. But let's face it, WWE right now has the upper hand with a AAA deal. They obviously have the upper hand. AAA is very big in Mexico, and nobody comes close, not even CMLL.
with me at this point. So we're fighting out for the top of victory here, and Dirty Dom is number one on his own.
And now, Dominik Mysterio delivering the body shots to Penta. What does Dom need to do to knock off Penta here tonight?
Well, he's got to avoid
Wow, what a
this jaw-dropping athleticism, this blink and you'll miss it kind of offense. Hit a move and tried somehow and ground Penta.
I've been very impressed with the maturation process of Dominik Mysterio in the ring.
Finally, Michael
Back break by the way from Penta to Dominik. Dominik goes down. Penta going for the cover. It's a 1, it's a 2, and Dominik with a kick out.
I said his athletic ability, his in-ring prowess. I said nothing about his attitude.
You don't have to like his attitude, Cole. He's continuously proving the doubters wrong. And I know it grinds your gears that this kid is everything he said he ever was.
Oh dear. Poor Penta. Rough landing on the top rope, but Dominik with the kick setting him ringside. Now Dominik looking to fly through the second row. Oh, crazy ass DDT from Dominik to Penta. His head bouncing off the floor. That was hard to watch. I'm pretty sure that must have been harder for Penta to take. That was a crazy DDT. Once again, proving his athleticism right here. Dominik. I heard, Andy. I heard that Sky Blue is going to be back. You know, that makes me think that we got to watch AEW when she returns, right? That's a big reason. That's a big reason to watch AEW, correct? But she's turned heel now, has she not? I liked her a lot. You know, when she was new, when she was fresh, and I think she was face back then. I liked her a lot then. Even when she appeared on AEW Dark, I thought she was great. But then she turned heel, and I started appreciating her a little less. I think that she was not really the same person then. But, okay. Let's see. Here we are now. We got Penta. Still down. Dominik gets to the ringside, grabbing Penta, rolling him back into the ring over here. Dominik getting a little distracted by the fan cheers and boos, by the way.
Potential victim not to mention he pinned his fellow Judgment Day member, Finn Balor. I don't believe Finn has gotten over that yet. Cover now by Mysterio. Hook to the leg.
Dominik trying to cover his ears. He doesn't want to hear any of the fan crap. AEW's honoring Steve McMichael. Oh, wow, that's great. That's great. Much love. Look at that. Dominik once again. Look at that. Dominating. And he's dominating the early part of this match, but as most of you have said and suggested, that Penta's going to win. So let's see. My money is still on Dominik, though. I think Dominik is going to retain. And if he does, there's going to be no title changes tonight. None. 0. And that's got to be notable, obviously. Kick to Dominik. Penta once again running over to the ropes. Rebound, setting him face first into the mat. Guys, I've got some worrying news. Drew McIntyre apparently hit his head on the floor after what happened with That's crazy, Jonathan. That's crazy. Wow. I hope that McIntyre is okay because we don't want him to get sidelined right now. I hope he's okay. But thanks for letting us know, Jonathan, and yeah, keep us updated. Hopefully, Drew is okay. I did read that, Andy, yep. So how many does she have right now? Does she still have 2 titles, or is it only 1? I think it's 2, right? She's got to have 2 right now. Both Penta and Dominik, by the way, laid out on the outside. The referee counting down to the 10. Penta trying to get back to his feet up early. Yeah, he's got to break the 10. Penta grabs Dominik, sends him, rolls him back into the ring over here, and that might be a mistake. You know, you should always get into the ring before your opponent. And by rolling him back into the ring over here, Penta made a mistake, and Dominik capitalizes. There you go. Kick first to the gut, and now he's going for a series of suplexes, but Penta gets away, sending Dominik to the ropes, and Penta is down on the second rope. Dominik gonna go for the 619. Penta Gets away very quickly on the apron now. Kick to the gut of Dominik and Penta. Going for a roll-up. Dominik kicks out. Oh, she's got 3 belts. That's crazy. Mercedes has really turned into a belt collector, right? That's a move out of Liv Morgan's arsenal right there. Not sure how many times Liv Morgan has hit Dominik with that move, but the Oblivion right here delivered from Dominik to Penta, but Penta still kicks out. Is she still with AEW, Andy? Ember? She probably is, right? She's smart. She's smart, Andrew. What is Carlito doing here? I'm surprised. Like, why is he not in his basement playing some video games? What is he doing out here? Now, Finn Balor is gonna... What is happening? Oh, dear. That's crazy. The referee. Wow. That's crazy. Penta just flying down on all the guys. And the way he did it was beautiful. Beautiful. And Dominik is ready. David, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome. Super freaking kick right here from Penta to Dominik. Dominik goes down. He goes down hard. Oh, come on. This guy now. That's embarrassing. El Grande Americano right here takes out Penta. And now Dominik with a frog splash. He wins the match because of El Grande Americano. That's crazy. But I did tell you guys that Dominik was going to win, and he has won the match, which means that Backlash officially will have no title changes taking place tonight. 0 title changes tonight. Wow. El Grande Americano now has a problem with Penta. Well, there goes all our predictions, right? I mean, we're not getting the luchadors yet. We're not getting a title change tonight. There goes all our predictions. And who was that guy? Ricky, that was El Grande Americano who got in there and costed Penta this match. Of course, Dominik still the champion. Much love, Ricky. Much love. He's got tomatoes. How do you feel about the match? How do you feel about the show so far, Ricky? Are you enjoying it? I know, Andy. I know. It's not a great pay-per-view. What can I say? It's not great. Alberto Del Rio. I still can't believe that people thought that Alberto is gonna be back. There's no way Alberto is gonna be back. He doesn't belong here, and the people would never accept him. So there's no way he's coming back. I know. Yeah, this whole thing. I think Penta is a little bit better than El Grande Americano, but I guess he has to go through it. Wow.
2024.
With that being said, we are now left with only 2 matches. One of them is going to be Pat McAfee versus Gunther, singles match, and it's going to take place right now. And following this one is going to be the World Unified WWE Unified Championship match. That's going to be Cena versus Orton, and that is the main event. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Just 1 minute. BRB.
So when you stick it up the joint, turn to Old Spice Total Body from the 24/7 freshest chia.
Later tonight, Montreal is back in focus as the center of the fight universe. The newly minted welterweight champion, Mullah Muhammad, makes his first title defense in the Great White North against Aussie Jack Della Natalea. In 315 is available for purchase right now. Head to UFC.com/PPD for more information. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw comes live to Louisville, Kentucky this coming Monday night. Finn Balor, AJ Styles, in what many would consider a dream matchup, one-on-one this coming Monday night. War Raiders still trying to prove that they want another title opportunity against the champs, the New Day. New Day said we're both American-made, the Creed brothers.
All right, so AJ's back. I'm back, and doesn't seem like I've missed much over here. I had to go and wash my eyes real quick because, you know, you would have seen me dozing off right now on camera if I wouldn't have gone to wash my face because, wow, it's not a great show. I'll tell you that. It's not a great show. What do I say? We got Andy saying, AJ, they retired the universal part of the... Yeah, that's right. They're now calling it the WWE Unified title. That's what they're calling that championship. And Jey Uso versus Logan Paul is going to take place on NBC Saturday night main event, which obviously I feel it kind of guarantees that Jey Uso is going to win because a title change on Saturday night main event, I don't know. I just don't know. We got Andrew saying, never say never, AJ. You said Tessa would never be back. But not only is she back, but she's in the same company. That's what I thought. I was wrong here. Things have changed. TNA brought her back, and she's being embraced and she's being celebrated. And, you know, she's got, once again, her big-ass fan following, too. So you're right. We got UFC tonight, says David. That's sweet. Yep. Yeah, that's funny, Andy. This watch-along would turn into a sleep stream, right? Oh, dear. You know, things are much easier when you wear a sunglass, Andy, because if you want to take a little bit of a nap, you can, right? But when you're not wearing sunglasses, you get exposed. So, you know, you can't. You can't do that. I would make it not on WWE TV, but I would make it on AEW TV. And they would be like, oh, look at this WWE fan sleeping while watching the pay-per-view. That would be funny. Yeah.
Pro McAfee coming up next, because in just a few moments, my partner and friend, Pat McAfee, steps into the ring to face the ring general.
Big pop from the fans for this match. Interesting. BRB, guys. And here we are. Let's see. That will be a good match, Andy. Samoa Joe versus John Moxley in a cage. That sounds like a good match to me. So coming up next, though, is going to be Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Pat, we've seen him in the ring before. He's an athlete, as we know, and a good wrestler. I wouldn't call him great. I wouldn't call him nuts. I wouldn't say he's as good as Bad Bunny. He's a good wrestler, okay wrestler. But let's see how this match turns out to be, because Gunther's matches are hit and miss. Sometimes they are hit, and sometimes they're nothing but a miss, right? So people not always fans of Gunther's matches. So let's see how this one's gonna be. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement behind it because Pat McAfee is involved. But let's see. I'm not getting too excited about it way too early, you know? Let's see. Let me know, though, what do you think? Are you expecting a lot from this match? Or do you wish that this match would just not take place tonight? Let me know. How do you feel? We got Andy saying it's going to be on TV this Wednesday. Wow. So Wednesday, I guess there's a lot of reasons to tune in. We got Sky Blue returning. We've got Moxley versus Samoa Joe in a steel cage. So I guess those are two big reasons to watch the show this Wednesday. Interesting. Thanks, Andy. I can imagine, Andy. I can imagine. The one problem that I have with this match a little bit is that if this match does not build up Gunther, like, what's the point of this? I'm not sure. Is Pat McAfee going to be written off TV? Because that will be one way to do it. I mean, this match could be a way to write him off TV and Pat McAfee go do his football stuff, I guess. But if that's not the reason, then this match should build up Gunther. If that's also not the reason, then this match means nothing. That's it, Andy. That's it. That's really it.
And I'm going to say what I said on the Countdown show. I'm going to apologize for two things tonight. One is getting Pat McAfee in this predicament, standing up for me tonight. And I'm also going to apologize in advance because for the first time really in my career, I am going to be very biased tonight in the call of this match. Pat McAfee, I want him to win. I want him to embarrass Gunther tonight.
It's not the first time in his career that he's going to be biased calling the action. If you go back to the WrestleMania 27 build-up, this guy was always biased, which was basically the reason why Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler actually took place. This guy was super biased. So, not the first time in his career, I would say. Not the first time ever.
But I'll try and be the voice of reason at times during this match. Of course, I want McAfee to win too, but I've got to let you know, this match is brought to you.
Yeah, Nigel, I'm just wondering if this match is a way to write Pat McAfee off TV. You know, it could be. It could be.
Pat McAfee's had a number of matches.
That would solve two purposes. That would, one, you know, write him off TV. Two, it'll build Gunther up a little bit again. So let's see.
Going in there against a very vicious and a very violent man who's extremely upset over the fact that he is no longer world champion. He took that frustration out on Pat and I the night after WrestleMania.
As a kid, I watched WrestleMania 27 between, of course, Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler, and that basically ruined the idea of watching matches featuring commentators, you know. And since then, I don't think I've recovered from it. You know, every time a commentator gets involved in a match, I can't get excited. This is no different, but let's see if I'll be proven wrong here tonight.
You find yourself in against this man, the ultimate destroyer.
The problem is that you can't allow a man like Gunther to just run around and assault people. Wade, you and I, we have a job to do out here. You know, 28 years I've been doing this. 28 years I've sat at this desk. I've gotten beaten up. I've got my butt kicked. I've missed
All right.
a handful of shows. I should be allowed to have some sort of opinion after 28 years. And now
It's nice to see Gunther without a title around his waist after so long, right? This guy's been champion for so long, for the Intercontinental champion, the World champion, and it's good to see him without a title for once. A great Intercontinental champion, brought a lot of prestige and eyes to the title, but a terrible World champion, Gunther.
come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. I mean, if there's anyone that can pull this off, I believe it's Pat McAfee. Everything he's done in his life, his career to get to this point. Hard worker, came from nothing, built an empire, has shown incredible athleticism in the ring. And Pat is in a tremendous shape and ready to go. Come on, Pat! Come on!
When it comes to Pat, I'm like you. I love the loyalty. I love
And Pat McAfee taking off his t-shirt, throwing it off to the fans over there. We got the Karate Kid advertisement, by the way, on the barricade. Karate Kid is going to be, I believe, in cinemas soon. So features some of the Cobra Kai cast as well. So that's one thing about it. We got Gunther.
this big Austrian powerhouse lighting up fuse inside the mind of Gunther. Sooner or later, there's going to be an explosion.
The points we're making, I think, are valid.
Yeah, Andy, that was a terrible title reign. Yeah, I got no hesitation in saying that. It was a terrible reign.
Same thing happened this year against Jey Uso because Gunther looked past both of those men.
And to lock it up right here, it is Gunther who had Pat McAfee in a headlock. He tosses him down to the mat over here. And Pat McAfee trying to make it up to his feet.
Has had fewer than a handful of defeats in his entire time in WWE. You can pretty much space them out by about 12 months, and you're telling me two are going to come back to back within 3 weeks of each other.
And to lock it up again, or actually, Gunther one step ahead. He's got the arm of Pat McAfee. He's got the upper hand, obviously.
I know why Pat's in there.
I don't know, guys. Call me crazy, call me nuts. But I can't get excited about this match. Even right now as we're watching it unfolding live. I don't know. All right, Gunther was going to go for a chop at Pat with a nice dodge. Maybe this match appeals to the sports guys. Maybe it appeals to the people who watch football of the world or who like Pat McAfee in general. You know, I fit into neither categories. So this match is nothing for me.
The damaged ego of Gunther.
Let's go, Pat. Collar and elbow tie up now. McAfee with a headlock.
All right, with that being said, it's Pat McAfee now with a headlock. Gunther easily getting him on the apron, actually. But Pat refuses to let go of Gunther, but he has to because of the rope break. And Gunther patting Pat on the head like a dog. And now Pat with an elbow strike to Gunther. Oh, that was embarrassing. Slipped off the top rope. That a little bit embarrassing, but that's okay. Gunther with a chop to Pat, and Pat goes down hard. Surprise, surprise. You got a wrestler, and that too a very technical wrestler, taking on the commentator. An out-of-shape commentator, must I say. So obviously, this is exactly how it's going to work out. I agree with that, Andy. Totally agree with that. And Pat now with a few punches on Gunther. Chop. All right, Gunther says, okay, Pat, bring it on. And another chop over here from Pat McAfee. Gunther asking for more. Pat's out of it with those chops. Look at the chest turning absolutely red, by the way. I've also got to say, those chops from Pat to Gunther, they were not, lightweight either, because look at Gunther's chest. You can see the marks that the chops have left across his chest. So Pat also hit him pretty hard with those chops, definitely. And once again, it is Gunther twisting the arm of Pat McAfee. Now got to go for the Irish whip, and Pat was going to go for the shoulder tackle, but Gunther one step ahead. He went for the elbow drive, but no. Pat gets out of the way, kicks Gunther in the back. Gunther is angry. I've got a feeling that they're going to write Pat McAfee out with this match. I have a strong feeling here. All right, Michael Cole cheering him on. Pat's feeling it too for some reason. Nah, this is not. Oh, chop to Gunther. Gunther chops him over again. And once again, another, boot to the chest of Pat McAfee. What is this? Like, I feel like I'm watching, I don't even know. This match is... It's a joke. It's a joke, really. I mean, I did not take this match seriously to begin with. But, I mean, I would have rather enjoyed Jey Uso versus Logan Paul instead of this match right here. Yeah, this... So far, this match solves no purpose. It serves no purpose. The only purpose it may serve is writing Pat McAfee off TV. And that's about it. I don't know, Ricky, but, let's see what the outcome of the match is going to be. I feel that, dear, Pat McAfee now with a slap to the face of Gunther. And Gunther is taking it back, and there we go. German suplex from Gunther to Pat. I'm quite certain that they're going to write him off TV. Quite certain about it.
Do so, Cole.
What has he got to prove here? Wait, he's already beaten the hell out of the guy. I mean, you can end it right here.
Making a point. He is beyond reproach from mere mortals on the death sliders. And here we go now. The lights are fading out. Thanks for calling Pat McAfee.
Sleeper hold on Pat. You gotta be kidding me. Pat McAfee overpowers Gunther? Okay, cool. That's some Spider-Man shit right there. German suplex from Gunther to Pat. Pat once again down. Come on. All right. Gunther oozing confidence right now. I mean, anybody who's getting excited about this match right now, I respect you a lot. I mean, wow, I really hope to be like you one day, because I would like to be excited about little things like these too. Because this match, it doesn't get any little than this one. Come on.
Number 1, 2, 3 for Gunther. He knows he's got that in the back whenever he feels like it. This is now a public spectacle.
Public flogging is what it is. Come on, Pat. They're trying to hang on. Man's coming to life here. Pat trying to stick in this thing. Elbow well placed. Here comes Pat. Come on, Pat. Little rally here. Little rally. You've been against the wall before. You've been against the wall before. Come on.
And Gunther's rock. Come on, Pat.
Landed on his feet. Gunther from behind. Pat lands on his feet again. Kick into the spine. Here comes McAfee. Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. Come on.
Pat McAfee having his little moment right here in this match. Okay, going for the cover on Gunther. Gunther kicks out at a 0, not even a 1. That shows you a lot about Pat, right? That shows you a lot. And Gunther just laughing. Pat gave him the best that he had. And that he didn't even keep him down for a 1 count. Pat McAfee with a slap to the face of Gunther. Gunther asking for more. Pat with the chops. You say what you want. I mean, Pat McAfee's a lightweight, but those chops to Gunther are not lightweight chops. I mean, look at Gunther's chest. Turned red. Totally red. Michael Cole has... I know, Ricky. Definitely Michael Cole is not feeling too good right now. As you get falling asleep, we would all love to. I know, Brother Andy. I know. I'm holding on right now. I got my cup of tea, and I'll tell you what, this cup of tea is helping me a lot, because if it wasn't for it, yeah. This match is a joke. Michael Cole is angry. He says, just end the match. End the damn match. Put it to an end. Put it to rest. I'm getting some crazy WrestleMania 27 vibes right now. Come on, Michael Cole. This guy does not belong in the ring, especially not Michael Cole, all right? What do you mean, Ricky, because of this match? It's a joke. This match is a joke. Come on. I was, Andy, but I'll tell you what, brother. I did not have a lot of good things to say about this match. Thank you, Gunther. Thank you for that. I told you, Ricky, you got so excited about this match. I told you there's nothing to be excited about, right? The arena popped for this match. Crazy. Gotta be kidding me.
Well, Pat McAfee somehow continuing to attempt to fight through this. The inevitable demise. Gunther getting the hooks indeed. The fun is truly over. Pat McAfee's face turning puce. Get in there, referee, and just end this damn thing. Oh, God, Pat. Well, it's miraculous. Oh, Pat McAfee summoning strength from God knows where, fighting out of this. With his face turned a completely inhuman shape. Just end it, Pat. Give up. His eyes dark like plates and
Wow, it was hard to stay awake through that match, but thankfully, Pat McAfee has gone to sleep, and I'm a little bit jealous of him because he can sleep, but I can't right now. But Pat McAfee is asleep, and Gunther is the winner.
while Gunther beats Pat McAfee here at Backlash, we should commentate the
What an awful match, guys. What a terrible match. This pay-per-view is a joke. No title changes. We got a commentator wrestling over here. This pay-per-view is nothing but a joke. I don't even know if we can expect something great from the main event, even though it's John Cena and Orton. But let's face it, they have sold us this pay-per-view based on nostalgia. That's it. And sometimes when you go for the nostalgia, it doesn't really work out well because, you know, they're trying to oversell it to you just based on nostalgia. We have seen movies that were made, that were remade, and they were sold to you because of the nostalgia part, but they turned out to be crap. And I feel like Backlash is no different. You know, every single match that we've seen tonight hasn't been great, especially this match was terrible. I don't know what purpose this match really solved here. Terrible match. Let's see what the main event is going to be. True, nothing. You missed me, though. That was the good part that you missed, but nothing else. Nothing else. Oh, also Jeff Cobb showed up. True. So that was one. That was the only one, but that's about it. I totally agree, Andy.
a rare show of respect.
This makes even less sense, right? Okay, so if Gunther is this crazy-ass, unleashed animal, uncaged guy, a beast, who will go nuts and beat up anybody he wants to, why did he show respect to Pat towards the end of it? He should have been like, oh, screw you, Pat, and you, old man. And maybe he should have beaten up Michael Cole a little bit too. But instead, he shows him a little bit of respect and he makes his way out. Like, come on, like, what did this match do then? This match did not really establish Gunther as a crazy-ass beast. It did not write Pat McAfee off TV. It did nothing. So what? Come on. Probably setting up Walter versus Goldberg. Come on. This is so, oh my goodness. Don't even say Walter. Oh dear. No. Don't say Walter and Goldberg. Don't take Goldberg's name. I can't. Do you know how hard it is to stay awake during this pay-per-view? Yeah, it's hard. I've got nothing but shit to say about this pay-per-view. What a stupid-ass pay-per-view. I'll tell you what. The reason I'm so pissed right now is waking up in the morning at 5 for this shit is crazy.
For a man who performed above and beyond this evening at Backlash.
Got an out-of-shape commentator over here. Wrestling Gunther. Come on. This makes no freaking sense.
Go and take a special look at the new movie Karate Kid Legacy.
I don't want to get a trailer for Karate Kid. Wade Barrett, shut the hell up. And Andy says it's going to be Walter versus Goldberg. That's correct. No. No. Tell me that's not it. I don't want to watch Goldberg wrestle again. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd rather watch Karrion Kross wrestle than Goldberg, all right? I can't believe I'm saying this, but honestly, I'll watch a Karrion Kross match over Goldberg. Holy freak. Good news is Double or Nothing is in 2 weeks. I wanna pop for that right now because, brother, this is such a torture watching this pay-per-view, man. I keep it real. Like, I don't like something, I'll say it, but this is shit. Like, you won't even hear me say the S word a lot, but I mean the shit word a lot. But tonight I'm not holding back. This is crazy. Come on. Come on. Anybody who says otherwise is just blinded by their love for WWE, but come on. You can't be so blinded by love, all right? That's not good. You got to be honest. And honestly, what a crazy pay-per-view. In a bad way. In a bad way. That's going to be exciting. Now, Worlds Collide is going to be a good pay-per-view, hopefully. You're right, Nigel. I mean, who would want to watch Goldberg wrestle? I'd rather watch Karrion Kross wrestle than Goldberg, and I hate Karrion Kross. Gosh. We will watch Double or Nothing, Andy. We will watch Double or Nothing. There's no way in hell that we miss Double or Nothing. Like, come on. We're totally watching it. And as I said, starting Monday with Raw, we're also going to be on Twitch. So double the fun, right? So if you guys want me to watch me on Twitch, you can also do so starting Monday. We got True where he's saying, wouldn't surprise me if Cena gets DQ'd and they have a real match at Saturday. No, come on, brother. Oh, dear. I actually fell off my chair. No, don't say that, brother. Don't say that. That would be so bad. That'd be terrible. Is Cena booked for Saturday night main event? Let me look it up right now, actually, because, wow. If that happens, brother, I'm going to flip out. Actually, let me look it up. Cena, Saturday night main event. Let me see if he's booked or not. Brother, he's booked. What am I even saying? He was on the poster for the event. Oh, yeah. Of course he's booked. Yep. Thanks, Ricky. Crazy. Between
two all-time greats in John Cena and Randy Orton.
All right. So we've got this match coming up now. The main event, thankfully, thank you, God. We got the main event coming up next.
Tonight, it is a rivalry reborn. For over 2 decades, two titans have defined era after era. John Cena defends his 17th championship.
Again, I love the nostalgia bit of this match, but based on the WrestleMania match that we saw between Cody and Cena, I don't know if I can expect a great match tonight between these two. And based on the pay-per-view that we've had so far, I definitely cannot expect anything here. But let's see. If this match is a DQ ending, Andy, I'm not watching Raw. Like, I'm sorry. They just say that freak Raw. Like, I am not watching Raw if this match is a DQ ending. I am boycotting WWE for an entire week. We'll watch Dynamite on Wednesday. We're not watching Raw if this match has a DQ ending. Cena retains for certain. 100% he's going to retain. We got Andy saying everyone that went to that so-called event should be ashamed of themselves. At least Randy Orton has his wife there. Yeah. Good news, AJ. You got to be watching both Double or Nothing and NXT Battleground same time, same night, 2 weeks. I see Ricky. I smell the sarcasm in the comment, Ricky. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have a good time. Pat will be limping to a showman. I don't care if he limps or if he gets there in crutches or what the hell he does. I'll just ignore Pat McAfee like I ignore Karrion Kross. I'll do that. No, I watch AEW is so boring, says Ricky. Ricky says AEW is boring. Well, tell me how boring tonight's show is, Ricky. Come on. Like, I am not going to sugarcoat this show. I'm not going to sugarcoat this show because it's a WWE show. This show has been boring. No title changes. What a stupid-ass co-main event that was with Pat McAfee. Out of shape Pat McAfee fighting Gunther. And then Gunther showing him respect at the end of it. Come on. That was probably worse than Brock Lesnar raising up Cody Rhodes' hand in victory. That was probably worse than doing that. Like, you build up Gunther as this animal, and then he shows him respect. Like, come on. Okay. All right, so we got True saying ricochets of menace right now. Go to his Twitter, you'll see shit over there. It's crazy. It's good. It's great. You want to be entertained? Go to his Twitter. Tonight's show is like Collision boring. Wow, Ricky here not holding off. I see. AEW isn't boring. AEW puts better shows than WWE, says Andy. Yep. Back to look. I haven't watched one AEW pay-per-view that's been boring, but I have watched tonight for sure. A WWE pay-per-view that's been boring. That's for certain. All right, True, my brother. Have a good time. We got Ricky saying, I watch more TNA and HOG than that's AEW. That's okay, Ricky. That's all right. But, Ricky, what do you feel about tonight's show? Do you think it's been good or not? Absolutely, Andy. Absolutely. All right, guys. Let's stop milking it. Let's get to the match. I agree, Ricky. Totally agree with that. 2 out of 10 is a very, very fair point. Very fair score. Actually, you're being a bit generous with a 2. AJ, this pay-per-view is trash. 5 flushes. Five flushes away. I like that, brother. Such a big pile of trash that you need 5 flushes. It's true. It's true. Well put together, brother Andy. With that being said, it's time. It's time for the match that basically the entire pay-per-view was built on. We got Randy Orton coming out. You're the best, Andy. Thank you for that. Thank you for keeping me awake tonight. You know, that Pat McAfee match was my breaking point. I don't think I've ever outright called out a pay-per-view. I really don't think I've ever said that, oh, this show is trash or it's so boring. I've never said that for a single show in all these years, but tonight was different. That Pat McAfee match was my breaking point. For certain it was, yeah. But the tea helped me stay awake. That was nice. And Andy, Ricky, True, you guys as well. Broman, are you still awake, by the way? I haven't heard from Broman in like years now. Nigel, are you still here? David, everybody else, Andrew. All right. Much love, Ricky, much love. All right, Randy Orton now in the ring. I had to fight through it, Nigel. I had to fight through it. I'll tell you what, I should get a title too for fighting through the sleep, because it was terrible. But I actually, it was vicious. It was vicious, but I actually won the match. Still awake, still wide awake. Did not let sleep win tonight. But wow, what a pay-per-view this has been, brother. This has been a test, a pure test. I see my brother Nautic is here. Good to see you, brother. I thought you fell asleep. Well, Nautic says the night's not over, AJ. Okay, so you still got some hopes over there. Well, all my hopes basically went to trash after Pat McAfee's match. But let's see. Let's see if there are going to be some pyros, some fireworks here. How adorable, by the way, that kid says, my first show. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Raheem, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. We got Andy saying, AJ, you definitely deserve championship belt for dealing with this. Thanks, Andy. But, you know, your love, your support is all that I need. That's my accomplishment. We got Ricky saying, I know TKO wants this show end soon, then go to the UFC pay-per-view coming up soon. That's a good point, Ricky. Well, if there's a pay-per-view, a UFC pay-per-view tonight, definitely they'd like to see that happen. 100%. Interestingly, there's been no mention of it on commentary or stuff, right? I mean, I would assume that if there was a pay-per-view, they'd like to mention it on this pay-per-view too, right? But apparently no mention of it yet. I know, Andy. I totally understand that. I totally do. 100%. 100%. I would say Raw after Mania was probably a much better show than this pay-per-view. Really. We have seen better Raws, we have seen better SmackDowns, we have seen better NXTs or even ECWs than this. Or should I say even GCWs, right? Okay. Cena making us wait. Oh yeah, you know, it was my cup of tea that kept me awake. It helped me a lot, and Nigel, it helped me a lot. You're right, Ricky, you know, Backlash. Well, with the Backlash that took place in Mexico, right? I think it was Mexico, where Bad Bunny appeared. That was the craziest one. That was so good. It was so good. Was it Mexico? Was it Puerto Rico? I think it was Puerto Rico. What a great Backlash that was, man. It was amazing. Damian Priest was on fire. Bad Bunny was on fire. That whole thing was great. Bad Bunny was so good in the ring. The reception, the fans singing along to his song was just... I still get goosebumps thinking about it. And here we are now with the sellout, John Cena. Yeah, John Cena definitely sucks. The guy shows up with a new t-shirt every single week. Come on, this guy sucks. Not even every single week, every single time that he shows up. On Friday, he was wearing a different shirt. Tonight, he's wearing a different shirt. Really, the very next day. New shirt, new towel, new wristbands, new snapback hat, everything. This guy sucks. What a money-milking machine right here. Puerto Rico, that's right. What a great time, Ricky. I know, that's the best part about it, Andy. The best part about this pay-per-view is that it's almost over. That's right. That's right, Andy. That's right, Nigel. Okay. Yeah, that was terrible. You know, nobody should be doing that. They're not animals, and not even animals should be treated like that. You're not entitled to disrespect a person like that. Throwing beer. I don't care if a person is a heel or a face. You don't do that to anybody. Very inhumane of the person to do. Very, very ignorant and very disrespectful. People should be raised better than that. That's an unacceptable behavior. That's an unacceptable behavior. I don't know if there were any repercussions for throwing that bottle, by the way. Was that person, like, banned for life or for some period? Because he should be. Nobody should feel entitled enough to throw trash at somebody. Not even a celebrity, but anybody. Nobody should feel entitled enough to do that. And that was a crazy decision made by the guy. Should be banned. Should be banned. Getting kicked out is not enough. Should be banned, I feel. But here we are now. Alicia Taylor, of course, with a great introduction as always. Randy Orton, the challenger. That wouldn't surprise me either, Ricky. But, doing something like that is crazy. Now we got John Cena, obviously. All right, so Cena's here. He's ready.
Alicia Taylor giving us that big fight feel here tonight. It was August 9th of 2001. Randy Orton and John Cena met for the very first time in a one-on-one match at an independent show called the Brian Pillman Memorial. Back before they were a part of WWE. They would meet for the first time in OVW. Wrestling back in 2002. They would go on to meet many times over the years.
Yeah, he used to be very thin, very lean at Nigel. That was 2009 Randy Orton. He used to be crazy lean. Crazy lean. And I've been live at these shows and I've seen like women absolutely swoon over Randy Orton when he used to get on the turnbuckle and hit that pose that he does on the turnbuckle. I've seen women around me like absolutely go nuts over Randy Orton. That's how good his physique was. And they still do. They still go bananas over Orton, but obviously the Orton that was in his peak, he was just incredible. Yeah, Andy says, AJ, when you get a chance, check out the Evolve. I've seen those, brother. They are beautiful. They are beautiful indeed. I don't like the fact that we got ID titles. It seems like we've got title for everything these days, and sometimes titles don't need to be there for everything. But WWE ID titles are also something that are in existence, and we will be getting our first ID champion, I guess, who will be crowned soon. But yeah, Evolve titles look great. You're right about that. I'm glad that they're doing something with Evolve and they're doing something right with it, because they acquired Evolve. And it felt like they had just diluted the brand, like it just didn't exist. But I'm glad that the brand is back, and it's back in the same name, so the legacy lives on, right?
Cena made at WrestleMania, 17th world title. Ric Flair, of course, now sits second place with 16 world championships. Third on that list. Time for third. Is this man Randy Orton, the Hall of Famer?
Is Cena for real offering Randy a handshake? Nah, come on. No way. No way. No way is Cena offering him a handshake.
He's got at least 10 years left in his body. If he makes this number 15, then 17 will become tantalizingly close.
Yeah, saw it coming. Come on. Dirty, dirty John Cena. What a bad, bad guy, right? And now Cena talking to Orton, of course, the talker. And now we got a shoulder tackle from Orton. Cena gets up, and an eye poke. John Cena, wow, gets out of the ring real quick. I see, Andy. I see. Yeah, much bigger indeed, Nigel. Much bigger. Nigel, Nigel, the thing with Orton is that he looks happy. He looks happy. He looks satisfied with his career. And that's great. And very loyal to the company, so that's another big one, right? It's a big thing. Because these days, loyalty is something you don't easily get, but he's a loyal guy. So...
He doesn't like anybody. And despite his growing popularity over the years, he's still the same old Randy Orton way.
Yeah, the personality doesn't change. Sometimes they love him, sometimes they hate him. But
the "You can't wrestle" chants echoing across the stadium for John Cena. Cena's not gonna be happy. Wow. Oh, wow. Shoulder tackle here from Orton to John Cena. John Cena goes down once again. And now one more time we got a headlock, and I know I've seen that, Ricky. I've seen that.
Not sure if I agree with that statement. I think many people would believe Cena was a locker room leader for much of his career.
I completely dispute that. I think John Cena was about one man and one man only, and Randy actually echoed that in my interview with him throughout his career on top. John Cena put himself first and foremost, where somebody like Randy Orton is consistently giving
This also coming from the guy that headed up a group that tried to end John Cena's career. In fact, you had a match with Randy Orton at one point where John Cena was forced to be the referee in that match.
What a great match that was. I remember the storytelling was so good. And maybe that's missing from the product these days, but the storytelling. I remember John Cena had joined the Nexus. He was forced to become a part of Nexus. And Wade Barrett was the leader of Nexus back then. He got a WWE Championship match against Randy Orton, and John Cena was the referee. So John Cena was technically an employee of Wade Barrett and the Nexus. So Wade Barrett, and instructed John Cena to make sure that Wade walked away with that championship, walked away champion. But John Cena did the right thing, and he did not let Wade Barrett win. He did the right thing, and he allowed Randy Orton to win fair and square. Now, the stipulation was that if John Cena wouldn't agree with Wade Barrett, wouldn't do what Wade Barrett asked him to do, then he would be forced to quit WWE because Wade would fire him. And that's what he did. He fired him, which meant that John Cena was forced to quit WWE, but then he showed up the next week. But it was great. It was great. It was a good storytelling. I enjoyed it as a kid. A very loyal guy for sure. He used to say that he prefers to be a heel, but I think he's going to be loving it. Yeah, he's loving it right now, but I loved him as a heel. I loved him as a heel. I hated him with Matt Riddle. I thought that he got very comfortable with Matt Riddle, and the fact that Matt Riddle just made him into a joke of a character, like really not even the shell of what he used to be. I hated that. Yeah. But I enjoyed him as a heel too, the most. He's a great heel. 2009 days were crazy, but if you look at the Authority days too, they were great. He was a great heel champion.
is John Cena, and he showed that he absolutely does not have that ring rust at WrestleMania 41.
I don't think that apart from the U.S. title run that he had as a face, I don't think that Randy Orton has ever become champion and not be a heel at that time. He's always been a heel champion, right? For most of the part, yeah. Most of it, yeah.
Chanting along with Randy's punches.
Give him 20 more, please, Randy Orton. And Cena now on jelly legs.
Wow, look at that, John Cena. Uppercut, and he goes down. Well, I'll tell you what. Not the best match, but definitely maybe the best match of the night. And you know what? It's not even a great match, but still the best match of the night. And also already better than what we saw at WrestleMania between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. At least these two have some chemistry and history. And at least it's a more compelling watch than Cena and Cody. That was a terrible match. That was a terrible match. And Randy Orton, by the way, hitting Cena limb by limb, taking him out. Vintage Orton, really reminiscent of the good old days here. Orton stomping on John Cena limb by limb by limb. Look at that. Crazy. Against Bray, that's a good one. That's a good one on the limb. You're right. You're right about that. That's a good one. Once again, go for the cover on Cena, but Cena kicks out. And looking at the time right now, this match, it could be a long one because, usually these shows are like at least 3 hours long. So, according to that, we've still got about 40 minutes left. So, this could be a long match. Now the fans going crazy, by the way, for Orton, cheering him on. Cena trying to get back up to his feet over here, but I think Randy Orton is going to go for the... Wow, actually. Cena adding some more moves to his 5-move of Doom arsenal. We got John Cena holding Randy Orton in a sleeper hold and now getting on top of his back. Of course, putting the pressure in, putting the load in, yeah. Orton is sinking down to a knee. This is new because Orton has never had more than 5 moves from John Cena in his entire career. So this has got to be new and unexpected. And Orton now turning the tables around, and now he's got the sleeper hold locked in on John Cena. Cena in trouble. Now this time around, one more time, it is John Cena. Man, this guy is such a big talker. It's like he doesn't even try to hide it. But whenever he talks, you can so clearly tell that he's talking. John Cena does not even try to hide it now. It's insane. He's cool with that. I guess a 5-knuckle shuffle is coming up soon. Yeah. John with a spin slam. Yeah, 5-knuckle shuffle. It's time. Cena's having fun over here, obviously. The nostalgia is being sold to us. Wow. Clothesline from Randy Orton. Another one. And Orton's going to go for the crossbody. The Orton is hearing those voices finally in his head. It looks like he's got to go for the DDT. As the momentum shifts, you know, what excites me the most is that this match is about to get over. It's great. Again, the best match of the night so far is this one right here that we're watching, but it's not even a great match. But still, the best match of the night. STF locked in from John Cena on Orton. Wow. Just pulling him in right there. Pulling him in. STF locked in tight. Real tight. Nobody locks in the STF like John Cena does. He does it the best. With that question. And now Cena trying to drag Randy Orton back to the center of the ring, but Randy Orton shoving him away, kicking him away. And now we are going for the DDT once again. And Cena does not dodge it. DDT connected, went to Randy Orton. And I think Randy Orton, he's got to be hearing some more voices right now. Oh, I think he's got to go for the punt, or so it seems. Look at the camera angle. That can only mean one thing. The crowd finally getting up to their feet for the first time of the entire night, really. They never got a chance to do it for any other match. But here we are, Orton right behind John Cena. It's got to go for the RKO. Cena sends Orton and gets him up on his shoulders, going for the AA. And Orton reverses that and hits him with an RKO. We've seen that before. Orton putting John Cena through the table by hitting the RKO out of nowhere. Yeah, we've seen that. Yeah, we've seen this before. We've seen this. Fans chanting, "This is awesome," have never seen a John Cena versus Randy Orton match before. Come on. This is not even the shadow of what those matches used to be.
the unrepentant Viper.
It's amazing. So many years of watching these
Look at that. And now Orton with a punch to John Cena. John Cena returning the favor with a punch to Orton. And they are trading those punches. And a kick to John Cena straight to the gut. And now Cena punching Orton in the gut. One more time. Orton with a headbutt to John Cena. John Cena returns the favor once again with a headbutt to Orton. Both of them dizzy, dazed. Orton one more time. My brother, bro, man, I am so jealous of you. Like, the perks of not being on camera while watching wrestling is that you can sleep whenever you want and you're okay. And here we are, Cena with the AA to Orton. He goes for the cover. Orton kicks out at it too. Brother, that match was so bad. I went on such a rant after that match. You know what? No, nothing can get me excited about Pat McAfee now. I never was a fan. I started appreciating him recently, but now after that match, I'm not gonna be a fan. I'm sorry, but Pat, you're not for me. I'm gonna feel it later though, sleeping in this computer chair. I get it, brother. I get it. Get in bed, watch wrestling in bed, brother. It's okay. The show is about to get over anyways. Cena's got to go for the second AA, but Randy Orton holding onto the ropes. They're basically doing the exact same moves we've seen these two guys do, all these years ago in their one-on-one matches. And now Cena with a shoulder tackle to Orton. Orton, though, with an RKO out of nowhere. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's good to see. All right, that's good, bro, man. That's good. Well, I had a full-ass cup of tea and everything, but nothing. It seems to be working right now because, yeah, what a show it's been. What a show it's been. All right, looks like he is going to go for the punt now. Obviously, John Cena's got to get out of the way. He's not going to get punted by Orton. He's not going to... That's going to be such a speed breaker to his farewell tour, right? Orton, yeah, Cena got out of the way. No surprise there. He's got to go for the AA now. Yeah. Orton's got to kick out. Yeah. No surprise there, but okay. Yo. That's the worst part of not wearing sunglasses. Like, there's nothing that I can hide here, right? If I was wearing a sunglass, I'd be like, oh, look at Orton, look at Cena. And, I would do a little bit... I'd be a little bit sneaky with that. But right now, I can't. All right, but I don't want to doze off on camera, Like, I don't want to end up on WWE television or AEW television or social media with the only watch-along streamer dozing off on camera, right? I got lucky when, oh my goodness, Randy Orton, by the way, being mocked by John Cena. He's stomping his hands down hard on the mat, waiting for Orton to get up. And that RKO from Cena is going to be so embarrassing. Is he going to go for the punt? Come on. Cena stood no chance. Come on. Oh, the referee bump. The referee gets hit. He's not going to get up for another hour. That's for certain. I'm jealous of the referee right now. And now Cena going for the AA on Orton. No referee, though. I know, Andy. I know, brother. No, it's not over yet. I guess things... I don't know. Is Travis Scott going to show up? Like, isn't this exactly what happened at WrestleMania? Travis Scott showed up. What's happening now? Cena hits Orton with the AA, and now that the referee is down, I think Cena wants to grab a steel chair or maybe his title. Yeah, he wants to grab his title. Yeah. This guy, Michael Cole, needs to stop being so cringy. Like, come on, Michael. Chill. He gets a bit too emotional, makes it super weird. They're super funny, but here we are now. Cena wasted a lot of time grabbing the title. Orton hits him with an RKO out of nowhere. Obviously, Cena's gonna kick out, though. Like, I'd be shocked if he does not. Yeah, Cena kicks out. Again, we got True, by the way, saying that this match is gonna end up in a DQ. We got Andy saying it might end up in a DQ, and if it does end up in a DQ, I am gonna flip out. I see. Thanks, David. Travis has no business being here anyways, right? So that's that. All right. Whoa. All right. This match isn't even the shadow of what Art and Cena matches used to be like, for certain. They used to be magical. Oh, I see. Travis Scott got a busy schedule. Oh, my poor referee. The guy goes head first into the steel steps. You know the referee is not getting up. It's not happening. The referee ain't getting up from that. Absolutely not. They gotta get a brand new referee now. John Cena, by the way, he's smiling, he's smirking, he sees it. I think his eyes are set on the prime bottle, or is that the commentator's desk? Oh, on the desk, okay. You're right, Anil. Cody versus Cena was bad. It was a terrible match. This is better, without question better. But, you know, what can I tell you? I mean, I guess it's better because Cena and Orton just have such a great chemistry. Cody, you know, he ain't got no chemistry with nobody. Except for Seth Rollins, I guess. But we got Cena now with Orton up on his shoulders. Cena's got to put him through the table, it seems. Cena. Oh, Orton. Orton has got to go for the AA on John Cena on the table. That's crazy. The table does not give up, though. The table does not give up. Or maybe it does. Actually, John Cena makes sure that it gives up. That's funny. Okay. All right. By the way, if you're new to the channel, if you're just joining in, make sure to hit the subscribe button, be a part of the community, and join in on the chat. Let's talk. Let me know, how do you feel about this show so far? And Orton sending Cena face first into the desk, the broken desk, that is. No referee still. That referee is not getting up after that, you know, that bump into the steel steps. That referee ain't getting up. But we don't have a replacement either. I think Orton was trying to get something off the apron, but then he realized, uh-oh, we got barricade. We got LED aprons there. You ain't gonna lift that. Oh my goodness. Is he gonna bring out a table? Nice. Orton bringing out the table. And as the legend says, if you bring out a table, you're going to go through the table. And that's what's going to be happening with Orton. He's going to be the one who will go through that table for certain. By the way, look at the bruises. The back of John Cena. You know, that AA on the commentator's desk definitely took a toll on Cena. Look at those bruises, man. That's crazy. And Cena sending Orton face first into the edge of the barricade and face first into the steel steps. Yeah, Cena is putting him through the table, guys. AA through the table is coming up now. Wow, Orton, though, turns it around, gets Cena up on his shoulders. No way. 2 times in a row, he hits him with an AA and puts him through tables. That's crazy. Good for Orton. Logan Paul's gonna be happy. Orton drinks some prime. Logan Paul, he's smiling right now. He's smiling. He's gonna be happy. Like, that referee is not getting up. Just like McIntyre and Priest. Burman, you still awake? Andy? Anil? You guys awake there? Oh, finally. Orton is back in the ring with Cena, and he's going for the RKO, it seems. No referee still in the ring, by the way. Orton. Oh, RKO delivered to Cena. That's crazy. Now, Cena's kicking out. Yeah. There's no way Cena does not kick out. I agree, Andy. Totally agree with that. This was just them selling this pay-per-view to us for a nostalgia basis. It was a nostalgic sell. That's what it was. Well, that's amazing, bro. And you're holding on. That you're inspirational. You inspire me. Like that. And now we got John Cena holding on to the title. Looks like he's got to go for a dirty, dirty, dirty move. Something tells me Randy's going to dodge and Cena's going to hit the referee. Oh, my goodness. Like, come on. I was so right about that. I was so freaking right about that. We have seen this before. We have seen this exact thing before in a John Cena Randy Orton match. Oh, Nick Aldis comes in here. Man, if this match ends in a DQ, Orton's gonna RKO Nick Aldis. He's gonna RKO Nick Aldis. He is gonna RKO Nick Aldis. It's happening. He's hearing voices. Nick Aldis. Yeah. RKO for everybody. And John Cena is going to capitalize. And then the referee who's sitting down is going to get up. And he's going to do the pin. Orton. It's raining RKOs, right? It's raining RKOs. I know what. This is great. Nah, no way he's punting Cena. No way. No way. Wow. I do want to see Orton as champion in the future. I do want to see that, but tonight might not be the night. Yeah, Cena's getting out of the way. There's no way that he gets punted. No way. There, I should have known better. R-Truth? Out of all people, we got R-Truth? There's no way. That's the first time I've seen R-Truth in a main event of anything in a long time. Probably the first time I've seen R-Truth and John Cena sharing the same frame in a main event of a pay-per-view after Capital Punishment. The first time ever, I guess. But here we are now. Cena. Yeah, Cena should have R-Truth as like his mascot or something in permanent basis. He'll kick out. Randy did not kick out because of a title shot to the head. Okay. Well, much better than the Cody Rhodes match for certain. You know, Cody Rhodes sucks anyways, but this was a much better match. It had drama. It had action. But you're right. R-Truth showing up was... did not see that coming. John Cena did not look invincible in this match, though, right? I mean, he got bruises in his back. He got AA'd twice by Orton on the tables. Look at his nose right now. It's banged up as well. Cena did not look invincible, but he got the victory as expected. And this was a good nostalgic sell to the fans, you know, the fans who love Cena Orton, including myself. It was good to see these two squaring up once again, but obviously, Cena with the victory. I know, Andy, this is the best part about it. The best part about the pay-per-view right now is that it's over. That's true. Wow. I will give this pay-per-view a 2 out of 10. Really. I guess the lowest that I've ever given to a pay-per-view till date. And I'm just giving this 2 because of the main event. The main event was okay. Not bad. Everything else, though, you know, it's terrible. Wow. We got Ricky saying, well, they are building up Cena versus R-Truth in the match for the Saturday night main event in 2 weeks. Interesting. Who would you like to see Cena clash with next? Looks like it could be R-Truth. I mean, I don't know. But let's see. R-Truth, I don't think is big of a name to sell us on SMNE. I think it's got to be somebody bigger than R-Truth. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be CM Punk, though. But let's see. I think there's going to be a better place and time for Punk. But let's see. Let me know if you guys have any guesses, though. I hope this pay-per-view does not float you away from not doing Monday Watch-Along. Now, brother, I will do a Watch-Along on Monday, Andy, because this was not a DQ finish, you know. And I mean, even if it was a DQ finish, we'd still be here. And we'd still watch wrestling together. Oh, Cena's got something to say. I guess we got to find the answer to who's going to face at Saturday night main event. Okay.
What I need is competition.
Yeah, we're going to get the answer to it right now.
And I sure as hell don't need you. Drink it in, St. Louis. Because this is what the last real
Someone needs to show up right now. Somebody show up. Nobody? Well, I thought somebody would show up. Okay. Brother, if Goldberg shows up, I am just not gonna care. I will just not care. But wow. Okay. What an anticlimactic end to the pay-per-view, I guess, right, Anil? What an anticlimactic end. But it was a good main event. Should I say good? It was a good main event, I guess. But the entire pay-per-view, though, not great. Not great at all. Always, you know, despite of how the pay-per-view was, it is always great watching it with all of you. So I want to thank you all for being here, for your love, for your support. CM Punk title with Paul and Rollins, though, you're right about that. And for CM Punk, I think, you know, they'll choose a better pay-per-view. Than SMNE, I think it could maybe be, I don't know. It could probably be, you know, one of the summer pay-per-views. I mean, you know, I feel Hell in a Cell, maybe Slam. Who knows? We'll see. Probably Hell in a Cell. But yeah, there's got to be a better time and place for CM Punk versus John Cena. Maybe Money in the Bank. I think Money in the Bank is got to be the most suitable one because of their history going back to Money in the Bank 2011. I think CM Punk versus Cena at Money in the Bank will make the most sense in 2025. That's right. Thanks, my brother Berman. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Anil. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Much love to all of you, Nigel and Andrew, all of you guys for being here. Jonathan, David, I hope you all have a good night. Sleep well. This pay-per-view was not that great. Again, I give it a 2 out of 10, and that was basically because of the main event. Everything else, it was just, especially that Gunther versus Pat McAfee match, Terrible, terrible. Thank you once again, guys. You all take care, sleep well, have a good Sunday, and I'll see you Monday for Raw. Thank you once again, guys. Take care. Much love, bro, man. And all of you guys, Ricky, Anil, Jonathan, Andy, all of you. Thank you so much, Nigel. Take care. And yeah, see you Monday. David True. Take care. Bye-bye.